Hello! I've assembled a crack team of spider summoners, ghoul den mothers, and beastly lads to try and get me past level 1000 in the online fort raids. But will I be able to do it? Will this team be enough? And what kind of awesome orcs will I find along the way? But before I get into the raids in true Shadow of War fashion, I am ambushed.
Your guards aren't here, but they can find you later. They'll find parts of you here, and parts over there. All over, really.
By none other than Cough, Lord of the Maggots. What's funny about this is literally the same name as a Nurgle Lord that I've been playing as on my live stream. Follow me there if you're also a Nurgle enjoyer. Alright, let's make quick work of this guy. I'm not going to behead him because I feel like that would upset the Father of Decay. So we're going to break his mind instead.
Mind crush!
With the Lord of Maggots sent on his way, I head up to view the first fortress. And you can see that my assault rating is a measly 691. Let's go into the first fortress. I'm not going to check it out beforehand because I want it to be a surprise. I'm also doing a bit of a shopping spree here. So if we see any cool orcs, I'll grab them as well. But for now, let's smash down the front gate. Honey, I'm home! And then for some reason, 2 of my orcs immediately become downed. What exactly just happened there? And then a third is downed. Did the Drake breathe fire on them and that downed them? What the hell is going on here? Some kind of witchcraft. This has not gone off to the best start. We've been betrayed by the very thing we were trying to weaponize, the beasts. Alright guys, get back on your feet. Despite being hunted down by a very angry undead Olog, I'm able to get all 3 of them back on their feet. I then have a lovely chat with him, and I actually haven't seen an orc or an Olog with a bag on their head in a very long time. I almost sort of missed it. Because there only was 2 defending captains and a very annoying Drake at the first point, we quickly take it. Bag or no bag, I then dispatch of the hothead. I'm sorry, lad. I then destroy a captain in quite possibly one of my favourite ways, by smashing on into the point. Pork the Flamemonger then falls victim to a bit of team killing. Thanks to the work of my beautiful spiders, we then poison the Rage Mind, and I'm able to get on in there and finish him off. But because of the poison, his body flops to the ground, paralysed. He can only sit in the mud while the poison takes its effects. I then discover that my spiders are quite literally next level. They've learned basic levitation spells. I smash a Grog Barrel the next point, which takes out the maddest one, which is kind of sad because I might have wanted to recruit him. I then destroy the undead Heart Eater. Thanks to this army of beasts that we've brought with us, we are able to overpower all of these captains. I take the point and then I head off with my horde of spiders. All the way inside the inner gate, I destroy the Drake and then I slam on into the middle of these 3 captains. There's even quite a large looking Bagabog Olog. One of their captains then dies in quite possibly the funniest way, getting destroyed by the wall.
What a cock. What an idiot. What an idiot. What a total idiot.
One of my captains then takes over from the beasts and ends the rugged. At this point, I catch my first glimpse of my beautiful ghouls. While I fight the Dung Collector, the ghoul keeps the grunts off me. But sadly, there's nothing he can do against the Drake. It downs me with one of its fireballs and I'm narrowly able to avoid the grunt getting the kill. I then decide to dominate the Dung Collector because I've got a soft spot in my heart for orcs with shitty jobs like this. I then take the final point and before heading on into the throne room I stop to admire this beautiful ghoul.
Oh my god!
As Lorm the Warden intimidatingly walks towards me, I summon in my beast bodyguard. Getting straight into the fight, he pulls out his badass flamethrower. With my awesome fiery beast and my grog, we quickly destroy this warden, with my beast searing him medium rare. God damn, he's cool. Because of all of the amazing monsters we were able to summon in, we raided the fort in less than 7 minutes, and we added 100 points to our assault rating. Which means the next fortress was level 768. But how steep of a jump is this? Will these captains and war chiefs match this new level? To find out, I jump ahead of my orcs over the front gate. I release the Drake, and then I proceed to get bullied and caught off guard by another one. Because of this, I summon in my beast bodyguard to give me a bit of support. This first point is absolute chaos, and my lads seem to be having a very hard time knocking down the front gate. I then have a lovely chat with this blood-guzzling orc.
Sauron himself decreed that I must reach into your chest and crush your heart with my bare hands.
Crush my heart with his bare hand, wow! Sounds like my ex-wife.
Stay away from me!
Jumping on over to the next point, I come face to face with this awesome tower rhymer.
I am the Uruk Bard. A worthy foe is hard. Goodbye.
Imagine wearing the tower's armor but also dedicating your life to rhyming and poetry. It may not say that that orc is deranged, but by God, he definitely has something going on with his brain. And despite being a talented wordsmith, he's actually a very good fighter as well. Downing me and almost ending my fort raid run right there. But because of this, he sadly had to go. I gotta send a message to the rest of the captains and the orcs inside this fortress. No one downs me and gets to live. And while we're at it, no one gets to retreat either. But this lad has sprinted so quickly, he's made it very far out of the fortress. Before I can get him, my attention is pulled over to the legend dying, and then the marauder being taken out by my spider lad. But thankfully the Olog seemingly slowed down. I then decide that me getting the kill is no fun. I'm gonna bring this guy right back to the fight. Sorry man, I don't know if you got lost or anything, but the fight's over here. This is where the fortress is. But then my beast Olog reminds me that we are in a bit of a rush. So I put him out of his misery. No more forced piggybacks for you, lad. Flying over the point, I explode every single grog barrel in my sight, which ignites the blood guzzler. It seems like going up 100 points has definitely increased the difficulty as 3 of my lads were down. But I'm not worried. I've still got my beautiful ghouls. I then try to dominate this champion, but I completely miss hitting my own guy, and then he perishes. After taking the point, one of the orcs tries to retreat, but I catch up to him, and I hit him in the most badass way. I actually don't think I've ever beaten a captain like this. I'm gonna have to do that very, very soon. I find out the orc is known as Poog the Warlock, and of course I'm gonna recruit him. If he looks like he can work in GameStop, then he's got a place by my side. I then recruit a lovely Nurgle orc, because why the hell not? And then I destroy the final captain while the rest of my lads cheer from the steps. Heading on into the throne room, I immediately summon in my beast bodyguard, and together we quickly dispatch the Overlord. He really doesn't stand a chance. I finish him off with my threshing sword. His body glides across the throne room. This time the raid took me just under 9 minutes. So I only gained 25 points, getting me up to 816. It's then when I spotted one of the most beautiful orcs that I've ever seen. No, not this purple guy, although he does look badass. But I'm more interested in this one. The panda. Gubu the Unashamed. Look at how cool he looks. I 100% need this orc. I can already see it. A beautiful story dedicated to the panda. The true chosen one. So I head on into the fortress with my side goal being to recruit this lovely lad. I smash down the gate, dive off the grog and land straight on this badass looking purple regal. I then have a chat with him and it's very clear to see that the signs of training have had an effect on him. He may be extremely good at fighting, but his mind is gone. If you guys didn't know, I'm currently streaming a Civil War series, so I feel like having this purple lad might help. Maybe he'll be able to enter the Civil War in the future. I mean, the purple team need all the help they can goddamn get. If you want to be a part of those future streams, then follow me right here. There's a link in my description. I take the second point, and then I take the third point. We are smashing through this fortress. I then hurtle myself into the fireplace just to summon in more lovely ghouls. And then I meet him, the panda. Just look at how awesome he is. He's so badass looking you'd almost think that he was voiced by Jack Black. And he's also very good getting angry at many things and also being a necromancer.
The undead fight at my side. How can you possibly defeat me?
While fighting him, another Nurgle orc breaks, so I recruit him. I then continue to focus on the panda with the help of my flamethrower-wielding beast bodyguard. Together we weaken him down massively, but I am terrified to kill him, so I actually run away from him. He doesn't seem to want to calm down, so he is going to prove to be very difficult to recruit. Going inside the inner gate, it's lovely to see that my lads have already basically taken it. I then get rid of this very annoying Drake, and that's when the panda runs in. So I take the final point. I would love for him to surrender. Please, Mr. Panda. You can see that my lads got a little bit messed up here towards the end of the raid. To get revenge for that, I'm gonna shame down the Fear Lord. The only thing he can really offer me is a slightly cool name. But he's nothing compared to the beautiful panda. Where is he? Let me see the panda. I then hit the blight with a stealth attack, finishing him off. He's only level 33. I get my guys on their feet, and in the background I can see that there's a bit of chaos happening over at the gate. It seems like he's got 4 strong orcs left defending, and also 1 very low-level tower.
Even as we battle.
Why the hell am I wasting my time talking to a level 25 tower? I then do something extremely stupid, which is massively out of character for me. I begin to dominate the tower, and then as soon as I grab him, I shame him. But it actually isn't the tower, it's actually my own orc. So I end up casting him out. And he also goes crazy. Probably for this surprise betrayal. It's like he wasn't doing his job well enough and I punished him. I'm sorry of the spiders, I thought you were this weak-ass tower. And obviously I'm not ready to take responsibility for this mishap, so the tower, you've got to go, lad. With him now gone, I frantically try to save my massive ghoul Olog. I'm able to get one of my orcs up, but when I go to get him, I just don't lock on. It's like the game didn't want me to save him, and he crumbles on the stairs. I have now lost 2 of my orcs. I then look up to see that there are actually 3 enraged shield bearers. These are most likely the toughest orcs in the entire fortress, so we've still got some work to do. Come on, lads, we've got this! They may seem insanely strong, but we've got heart. Ignore the fact that I just shamed one of you for seemingly no reason. There was a reason behind it, believe me. I'm starting to believe that there's no way I'm going to be able to get this panda. It's just a cluster of orcs, all enraged. I really don't know if we're going to be able to get him. Panda, follow me! Follow me out here, panda! Yes! Okay. If I can isolate him, then maybe there's a chance. But first, let me get rid of this guy. You know what? I'll take him. I've seen this guy a little bit. He's definitely strong. He's kind of boring looking, though, you know. Go get in my garrison, mate. Forever. Panda, please, you have to calm down. Please, Panda, just relax. I know I'm constantly stabbing you in the back here, but if you could just relax, that would be fantastic. Okay, it seems like the panda is the only orc left now. One of my guys is down. I might be prepared to let him die in order to get the panda. But I can just quickly get him up. Oh my god, the panda really wants me dead. He is not very happy. I can hit him with this elven light, then maybe I can get my guy up in time. Oh god, no, the panda. He's defending the kill. Oh god, he's ran back into the horde. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this guy. Lad, you gotta come. Ah! God, he's got me. Oh my word, I thought he had no chance there for a second. That would have been terrible. Panda, please, just join me. Why don't you want to join my team? Oh, he's broken. Oh no. He was broken for like 1 second and then I hit him with the threshing sword. Ah, dear, I really don't know how he's going to survive this. He's surrounded by my orcs. Panda, no. He's gone. He's gone. He's been taken out by the ghoul lover. I'm sorry, Panda. You could have been fantastic. But maybe there's hope. Maybe I'll find him in another fort raid. He definitely seems like he's trained. He's very, very strong. I mean, he's a necromancer as well, so definitely trained. Let me know in the comments, guys, if any of you ever seen this orc before. And do you think I'm ever gonna find him again?
I'm glad you made it this far. I get to see the suffering in your eyes up close.
If it is
Alright, let's see the Overlord, I guess. Although, I'm kinda disappointed. It's not the panda. It actually looks like a goddamn nerd. He's also only level 24, and he's very flammable. So he's not going to fare very well. Let's go, Beast Lad. Oh my word, one hit from the Beast, and he's broken. And there we go. He burned to death. Goodbye, the advisor. I don't know why they left the goddamn nerd in charge. They left the accountant in charge. Because I was messing around trying to get the panda, it took me over 8 minutes, so we only got plus 25 again. But glancing at the next fortress, I spot some very cool looking golden orcs. The champion.
I love gold!
Bring me the head of the champion! Actually, no, don't bring me the head. No, actually don't. I think I want to recruit this guy. He looks very, very cool. I'm gonna try to raid this fortress a little bit faster. Let's see if I can do that. Smashing on to the first point, my lads have already done some very good work. So I recruit this lad, push Crimp the Marauder. Why not, you know? I think there's a bit of a theme in this fortress. I think they're all gonna have sort of golden armor. Yeah, judging by this lad, it seems like they're all gonna have this badass looking sort of golden-ish armor. That's awesome, I love a good theme. I have a bit of a dance with him, waiting for him to calm down. And then whenever I get my guy back on his feet, I accidentally, I killed him. He's gone. Running over to the next point, my spiders takes out the greedy. I then run in and capture it immediately. Hitting all of the barrels at the third point, I actually think I've put together a pretty good team here. I mean, obviously I did accidentally shame one of my spiders lads before, but we're gonna forget about that. We're moving on from that. Everything is fine. This Marauder fortress with their fancy golden armor don't stand a chance against our combined might, our monsters, our Caragors, spiders and ghouls. So I recruit the obvious and then capture the point. But before moving on, I focus on this savage, and his name is Hork the Legendary. He's not too bad either, so I'm gonna recruit him. We're definitely getting our money's worth in this fortress. I didn't really recruit any orcs in the last 3, but now the shopping spree has taken off. At the next point, I spot a very lovely looking Olog Regal. Just look at this lad. I don't think he's got the purple paint, but the armor is awesome. But then sadly, he is not able to withstand the onslaught from my ghoul lover. And then after that, all it takes is me capturing this final point for the rest of them to surrender. Well, that's actually not true. I say the rest of them. There's only one left, and he's currently trying to run away. Not on my watch, lad. Whenever I hunt him down, I have a look at him, and he actually looks pretty goddamn cool. Berserker Master as well. I'm gonna recruit him. He has those like dual-wielding scythe weapons. Before heading on into the front room, you can really see that I did recruit a lot of lads. We have just overwhelming numbers here. Heading on into the front room, I am greeted by a badass looking champion.
So this is where you've been hiding, orc.
Right, I definitely need to recruit this lad. I reluctantly summon in my beast Olog to help me get his health down. I use my magical Nazgul powers to weaken him down. And then I get terrified that my beast Olog almost burns him with the flamethrower. Thankfully though, I'm able to get on in there and recruit him in time. This could be the crown gem on this shopping spree. I do wonder, what am I going to do with all of these golden Marauder orcs? But anyway, with that, we take the fortress, and this time it only took me 5 minutes and 34 seconds, so we get the plus 100. Okay, hopefully this will be the final fortress. It's got a defense rating of 973, so if we can do this, we should get over 1,000. But just what kind of horrors are going to be awaiting us inside here? Jumping on into the first point, it doesn't seem like these are level 80s. What is going on here? Is this going to be the easiest win yet? I begin to piece up the first one with my threshing sword and he's already broken. What is going on here? After taking his head, I jump aboard my grog and I help my lads come in through the front gate. I then demolish the angry with Helm's hammers. Moving on to the second point with my horde of monsters, it seems like there's only one defender here. And he's low level. What is going on? This is going to be the easiest route to level 1000 ever. Again, I just simply piece him up with my threshing sword. And then I decide to dominate him because I quite like his name, Goon the Guardian. I love the axe in his head. Yeah, we might as well take him. Moving on to the next point, the Filthy is immediately taken out by my spiders. Which is kind of sad because I feel like I definitely would have recruited him. His name was the Filthy. That's like the ultimate runt name. At the 4th point, I come face to face with a level 80, finally. And this one could definitely join my team. And a few moments later, that's exactly what he does. Inside the inner gate, my lads are piecing up this strong Olaf. Narug the Legendary gets destroyed by a Caragor. Wow, that just wouldn't happen in a strong fortress. I then test out the strength of the strong skull.
You fight for me.
And I dominate a Pain Lover. I think I always will take the painless Pain Lover Ologs. They've got a special place in my heart. And with that all done, I head on into the throne room.
Mad thing. I'm having a feast in your honor and picking my teeth with your bones.
You'll be.
He's only level 54. What is going on with this fortress? I am gonna get 100 points. I am definitely getting over an assault rating of 1000 here. Thank you so much to the fort rating gods for blessing me with this lovely fortress. And yeah, as you would expect, the Rage Mind does not last very long. And just like that, 6 minutes, 24 seconds, we've taken the fortress, and my rank has gone up by 100. All the way up to 1041. But I'm not finished there. Well, this video is finished, but I really want to get past level 1200 in the PlayStation forts. That's when they begin to get very, very serious. So I guess leave a comment if you want to see that. Cheers, guys.